What's up, guys? Welcome back to the video. In today's video, we're going to be doing Alternate Future Part 3, and I literally just recorded Alternate Future Part 2. I just want to get it over with, bro. I have so many ideas right now, and they're like just in my brain. I have to get them out. If I don't, then that's not good. So, we're going to start off over here. Like I said in the last episode, the Germans had big things that they wanted to do. First off, they wanted to make the Panama Canal bigger. So that's one of the main reasons why I drew the Panama Canal last episode while talking. So more ships can pass through. And this is a massive, just one big money grab for the Germans. And it actually works greatly. They lost a lot of landmass from this, but this took like at least 5 years. But yeah, so it looks like this, comes down, and then like right there. So it is much bigger now, and this would honestly show up on a world map. They did honestly show this. We're gonna do, no, nothing's happening here. Nothing is happening here. Don't worry about this, guys. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening, guys. Don't worry. There we go. So, yeah. Nothing happened. Don't worry. I didn't do anything. But the Germans, once again, they are doing what they did to the Polish people, just not as majorly. Well, it is pretty major because now they are stuck with that and that. But well, the Germans, they end up taking all of this. And so you can kind of tell what the Germans are doing. They're just taking land. But you can also kind of tell that they're preparing for war. Everyone is preparing for war because they know that it's right around. This is what they're trying to annex, but they just can't right now. But the Germans, they are trying. The Blue Alliance somehow was able to get the rest of the Middle East on their side. They were able to get Cyprus on their side, surprisingly enough. And like I said, all governments have changed at this point. So now you have that, and you're pretty much at this point going to have every single country on an alliance. So yeah, pretty much the rest of this looks like this, but they now are in Africa. The Blue Alliance, they take the rest of the countries and they say, we will protect you. And they say, yes, please. And they literally, like I said, they were swooping in and saying, we will save you from war. Because, like I said, everyone is preparing for war. But, as you remember, the sphere of influence is, for all the countries, actually pretty big. I talked about it for, like, a decent amount of time in the last episode. But the Germans, they realize that theirs isn't that big. They need some colonies. They do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Technically, these ones are called their colonies also. So there's 6 colonies right there. Yes, oh wait, this is the British. The British own that. That's been colored for like a whole episode in the wrong color. So the Germans, they have 6 colonies. Well, technically, 7, they own these islands. But they go ahead and meet with the French people's government, and they strike up a deal. Oh, that is way too big. Hold up. So Germans say, we'll give you all of this land. And they say, okay, what do I have to do in return? They say, don't stop me from taking the rest of the land. They said, okay, it's a pretty straight border, but okay. So now the Germans have a natural colony, and they don't want the rest of Egypt. They just want the important parts of Egypt, and that's exactly what they end up doing. They annex this, and then this, and then down the Nile River. So the Germans, they go ahead and take the rest of this, and then the rest of these guys' coastal line. And see, now the Germans have to get involved with this border dispute, which might be a problem because, well, the Germans, they're ready for war. Everyone's ready for war, honestly. And no one wants it, but they all know that it's happening. And it is so close that you can taste it. And Canadians, they're gearing up to straight up push into Cuba immediately, take them out. And the Canadians, they've caught 15 Russian spies. Yeah, that's not going to look so good for the Russians. But as I was saying, a border dispute right here. It's real. It is actually a thing. Egypt and both Sudan claim it, but troops thought that, okay, we can go ahead and take this land. So they do that. They go ahead, march right into Egypt, and well, that's starting World War III. Ha! Because you just declared war on the entire Green Alliance. And, well, pink troops somehow got lost at sea, like, as they were going to sail. There was a massive storm right here. Their boat got kind of turned around, like they got sent into a spiral. They got out of the storm, landed in here, and this was a boat full of troops. They were supposed to go up into here to like take out this, but they ended up landing in the Saudi Arabia, and that now leaves well, Sudan just declared war. They just invaded because they thought that this was actually the green, because they thought that they went the right way. But they just ended up being Saudi Arabia, and they just declared war on Saudi Arabia. Well, Saudi Arabia declared war on them. But quickly, some green team troops moved in, and they colored that fully incorrectly, from South Sudan, which leaves South Sudan pretty injured, because, well, that hurts. You also have, yeah, you just have a lot of the portion, like, getting wiped out. Like, not the population, but, like, a lot of land from all of these countries. Because the Green Team was actually just about to declare war on the two countries, like, on the two alliances, but they decided, no, we're not going to. We'll wait until one of them does. And it was right on their doorstep. But, see, the German naval is nothing compared to the British's. The British have been building up a massive navy, because they were also thinking on going ahead and doing some colonization. They already do have some colonies, like, because you gotta remember they have Ireland, old Ireland from the Big Yellow War. You have this colony right here. You have this colony right here from the France War. You have that one, and then you have this one. And then, yeah, that's actually all their colonies, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that is. Okay, so now with pretty much all of these guys being wiped out, you now, it's not going good for the Orange Alliance over here, because the British, they did get kicked out of here, but what did you expect? But the Orange Alliance was able to make some advances into Belgium. Belgium was very important in this war, because, like I said, they were trying to get France, but France, they're not going down without a fight this time. I know, guys, I'm really trying not to bully the French in this video. So the French, they were able to make a quick push, and they were able to push the British back pretty far, actually. And it left them looking pretty broken. But, now the British, they're like, oh, whoa, okay, what's happening? Whoa. They are in utter shock. And as I was saying, the Green Team was ready for this. Like, the Canadians, they were kind of expecting them for this to happen. But, the Pink Alliance, they quickly fall. Oh, that's the whole wrong thing. The Cuba, they quickly fall because, well, the Mexicans, they just made a naval landing onto this small little island right here and made a not-so-small naval landing pretty close to their capital. And then the Canadians coming with from a port right here, they come down, and naval invade right into the capital. Which now leaves, Cuba to surrender, and we have our first country surrendering. Yeah, it's not looking so good. Down here, no one's really firing guns. Honestly, some of these countries started to leave because they didn't want to be in war. They didn't want to be in a world war. But what still caused it to be a world war is French Guiana, because French Guiana did get its independence, but they ended up joining back. They ended up saying, "Hey, France, you want us again?" And France was like, "Yes, we will gladly take you." But oh my gosh, this is gonna be such a mess. You do have the Pink Alliance being able to quickly overpower the Congo, well, the Orange Alliance in Africa, because obviously the Orange Alliance is not really so much present and caring about Africa. So most of the Congo actually falls Yes, I know this is wild, but you gotta remember, a lot of pink troops is also stationed here, because this is a world war. No one is messing around with this war. This is a serious war, and no one is taking this lightly. Because they thought World War II was going to be the war to end all wars. They thought World War I was going to be the one to end all wars. But it isn't. War is the curse of the human race. It follows us everywhere we go. We cannot escape war. And I mean that in the nicest way. But, the Orange Alliance was able to hold on to, surprisingly, a little bit of this country and some of these guys. And, well, Madagascar is safe because of the British's navy. And actually, these guys, they do start the push for, into some green colonies. Well, not some green colonies, some green countries. It does leave a lot of countries shattered, and honestly, no one's happy. Honestly, everyone's upset right now in the world. Everyone really did not want this to happen. Then a nuclear bomb was made, a single one of a kind. And I want you guys to take a wild guess right now. Pause the video if you must, but I'll give you guys 15 seconds to take a wild guess and guess who made the nuclear bomb. Okay, that has to be for like 15 seconds. It was the green team. No, not the green team, sorry, the orange team. But the orange team, they do not have a superior air. And also, I'm just going to show you, their nuclear bombs is like this big. It is, oh my gosh. It is pretty much this big. Oh wait, no, I have to change my nuclear bomb color. And this is like one of a kind. So that's that big, and well, the orange team, they were only able to drop it right here. It was still in the Germans, but this was like, whoa, everyone in there, it's a really powerful bomb, but it's really small. Anyone in that radius, boom, dead. Pretty much immediately, which was a very low morale taker awayer up in this region, but that left that was good for these guys because they were able to take all of this land pretty much. Not all of it, but most of it. But the Germans, they started winning naval battles all of a sudden in the British Isle, and because they made a whole new boat. This boat is crazy, and it was able to make it was so strong that it was able to make it to the British Isles and actually supply. They were able to go back and forth 10 times, get troops, bring them back, bring troops, get them back, bring troops, go back, bring troops, go back, bring troops back, go back, around 10 to 20 times. Honestly, the Germans even lost count. But the Germans, they were stopped, and their advances were halted because, well, the British, they're making advances close to German territory. Yeah, see, the Germans, they did make a mistake because they didn't actually realize that if the British ever left, then they will probably have a very easy time pushing in because they don't have to naval invade. So the Germans, they go ahead and fortify this border, but you end up having France taking back some land from Belgium. it's so they could have Paris back. And actually, after this, though, Belgium just straight up leaves. They quit. They quit the game. But a massive campaign is now made out to go for France's capital, and they take Paris in matters of days. The Germans now realize, okay, no, we have to get our stuff together. We cannot lose this war. This war is life or death. And they start taking this war way more serious than they used to before. They were taking it serious, but 10 times more serious because they lost a lot of troops. And they're like, nope, we're not. We're done. Nope. But the down here, the green team was focusing on down here. I just completely forgot about down here. But they end up taking the head of Serbia and a little bit also Serbia. Oh, that was not what was supposed to happen. But surprisingly, Bulgaria is like crazy. They're like cracked at this game. Because well, Serbia, they go ahead and they not Serbia. They were so Bulgaria was so cracked that they were able to take the Romanian's capital. Yeah, the Austrians they did something. Also, they're doing what the French did, and they went ahead and annexed one of their neighbors, and they officially form Austria-Hungary. So they now have the kingdom back, and the Austrians, they go ahead and realize, I'm gonna back out before I get my butt kicked. So there's now a vassal that pops up. Yep, you know that new vassal. Yippee! This is not the vassal country color. That's the vassal color. But you go ahead and have finally some pushing happen into the not the USSR. Well, yeah, actually, it is pretty much the USSR. Because you gotta remember, the communist people won that election, and it ends up looking like this. But so Germans, they started pushing also. Obviously, it was not a surprise attack, so it was not as successful as World War II, but still, the Germans did do stuff. They were able to make a little bit of advances, but only there. Because you have to deal with the Russians in your land. Because look at this, you have Russian troops pushing in, and they're going fast. But the Russians were able to make a little bit of a pushback right here. A little bit, I mean, it was not the worst sized pushback, but eventually, the Russians did push also right there. And now, Austria-Hungary, they claim all of their, pretty much, so they claim this land. So, there's now some claims going on in borders, yippee, and you're claiming land as a war goes on. No, you don't do that. And you're also doing it in your own alliance. You definitely don't do that. But they don't care because they have the Germans on their side. And it looks, and they claim all of this land. And the Romanians said, why not just claim this also? Not like I want you to, but just, why don't you claim that little piece of land right there? They say, well, because well, I don't want to, for one, and also I'll just give it to the Polish people. And they're like, but that's not Polish land. They're like, womp womp. And but now, Africa, people are starting to peace out in Africa. Uh, these guys do. Obviously, these guys, uh, they don't have a choice but to continue. These guys end up leaving. So some of these guys leave because no one wants to be in this war anymore, and well, they can't really sustain this war anymore because some countries are literally getting crippled from the inside because their alliance is taking money from them and everything. What was that? Um, so over here. Oh my gosh, there are so many front lines that I have to deal with. I'm sorry, guys, that this video has been a little bit slow, but there are so many front lines. You now have the South Koreans being able to take a decent amount of North Korea. And yes, North Korea is a better place to live now. They get some new governments. They are still communist, but it's looking like China now. Better population, people are not as hungry, and it's looking better for them. But they do go ahead and surrender. But China's interesting. They have been on a steady decline for the past 15 years. And so much that they were able to yoink all of this. Yeah, they lost a lot of land. But you see, something interesting happens. Pakistan surrenders, China surrenders, Mongolia surrenders, all Asian countries start surrendering, and no one knows why. Except for one country, Russia. This is the old part of Russia's plan. They were building nukes this whole time. That's why they're so easy to get pushed into. They told all of them to surrender, and we'll use the secret weapon. And they're like, what? The secret weapon? They told them what powers they had. They had nukes. Other countries started surrendering, just over to the Orange Alliance. But these troops didn't really leave. They just decided to stay, same with the Congo's troops. And they're like, what? What's going on? Everyone is confused. A massive nuke was dropped on London, Berlin, Frankfurt, Venice. But then the Germans, I know that I said it was one of a kind. Well, it's not. I just realized my mistake. That's not their invading color. But the Germans, they only had one of these. They only had those, and this ended World War II. Well, World War III. With nukes now dropped, the world just goes silent. Nothing happens. The world literally stays at war for the next 5 years until all countries that were surrendered are now told to leave their alliance, and that is the UN's policy. No land exchange. But even if you have, if you have troops in your country, you might be forced to surrender. But that means Africa is not changing. The UN's trying to send us back. That's what the Germans realize. They realize that they're being told to surrender. Oh, pretty much just leave the war. But then the world just stays like this. Europe looks like this. Troops are now finally getting told to leave the Russians. But now it's pretty much the rest, because some vassals started to leave. They're trying to keep Africa not to change. The UN's pretty much just this blue. And the next thing you know, boom, 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 boom. Everyone started joining the Blue Alliance. And if you ask me why, it's because it's a better place. Boom, 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 boom. Also, it's kind of like the new UN. Boom, 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 boom. It does also kind of stay the same over here. And these guys are still technically at war, so the Pink Alliance is still technically at war. And they decide to join the war again. So the UN, it's like a mysterious power. And it's like all forces coming together to stop nukes from being dropped again. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong color. There we go. Oh my gosh. Wait, there we go. Okay. So, Russia and some other countries don't join from their old alliance, but that's about it. China isn't allowed to join because some countries that had to surrender are not allowed to join. Pakistan was able to. India leaves and joins. Saudi Arabia joins. And well, now it looks like this. Honestly, the only alliance that really withstood this whole UN taking alliances is pretty much just the Green. The Green Alliance was able to withstand in North America and Europe, and the Orange Alliance is also able to withstand in Europe. But I'm gonna go ahead and draw the peace treaty now, because the peace treaty is finally decided 10 years later. But I will see you guys in a second, because I need to draw the peace treaty. So see you guys. So I just finished drawing up the peace treaty, and it looks like the green team won. But honestly, when you look at the world, yeah. So first thing off the bat, over here is occupied land by the Green Team military. So this is Green Team military land. It's not actually controlled by any military. Like, it's not controlled by any country. It's controlled by the military. So this is where the Green Team sends all their new recruits to get trained, and it's all military land. That's so, like, if you were to launch an invasion, try to launch an invasion in there, it'd probably be impossible. So that's honestly probably where if the Blue Alliance declares war on the Green Team, they'd probably all end up coming down here and just taking shelter. All green countries, leaders, would end up in there, and they'd probably end up actually right up here, and because that'd be indestructible. So back to the peace treaty though. But so you have the Germans. They lost a little bit of land right here. Well, so the Germans, they lost a little bit of land right here. But the French, the British, they gained land right here. The French, they gained Belgium land and German land. The British gave those to them, but thinking that the French would go over to the orange team, but they decided nope. They're sticking with the green. The Germans got that. Surprisingly, the British had to give that away. But something interesting happened. The British made Germany give up all of their vassals, pretty much. Except for Poland. Poland's a different story. Because if you take a look at this, you have Finland being its own country. They're just still in the Green Alliance. Sweden being their own country again. They're just in the Alliance. Norway just has to be in the Alliance. But Britain got all this right here. And and pretty much, yeah, that's about it. The Germans, they took this land and like this land, and then they also took this land right here and right here from their vassals. But the British made Germany give their Polish vassal some more land, and this. You see that right there? That is controlled by Romania still. Romania got some land from that pink alliance right there, and we have big Albania now. Big Albania. Greece got a little bit of Turkish lands. And the Pink Alliance is now forbidden from ever joining again. Israel ended up losing this, and the Germans were trying to make that a part of their colony, but they weren't able to, so it's just a vassal state. But, yeah, something bad is happening with the blue team. No one trusts the orange and the green team are now thinking of becoming one. Again, because you gotta remember, most of these countries were wanting an alliance. Because the blue team, they can just tell the blue team's ready to go in. They are ready to push in here and here and here and here and here and here and here. Like they're ready. They can take down every single country. So the Green Alliance and the Orange Alliance might be becoming an alliance together again. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a shorter one, I believe. And well, I hope you guys enjoyed. World War III was not that big, but well, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and hope you guys have a great day, and see you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye.